So this might be an interesting one. It's mid-afternoon, 1 p.m. Central. And I'm actually not feeling well at all. I've had a bad bit of vertigo the past couple of days, along with some other just associated issues. And yeah, feel kind of crappy, along with other stuff that's happening. Just shared the link in the chat. Those who know. If you can share the link, if you can donate anything, that'd be awesome. If not, again, sharing the link does great. Um, Time is of the essence on events that I don't want to cement inside of a video, but at the same rate, certainly want to at least mention in passing, if that makes sense. Maybe we'll do something dedicated down the line. But anyway, I'm some jerk on the internet who's totally not feeling well, but at least the room isn't spinning anymore. And we're going to take a stab at Hoven's video from last night. This could go great. This could go terrible. I have no idea. What I do know is the video is apparently on Artaxerxes or Artaxerxes, king of Persia, so this should be interesting. I don't know. Of course, we go on the tail end of Hoven's little intro, which just consists of a bunch of TikToks and short videos mashed together. They really need to come up with just something cementive. And I really, honestly, to criticize these things, it is really irritating for it to just be random stuff Kent has talked about in a video as a little build up to a video where Kent is just going to ramble on about stuff. There's no dynamic there. But I don't know. Let's see what he has to say in this one.
50, the year of Jubilee. In there, you can encounter nothing but an empty tomb. Once you're in the king's chamber, there's an empty tomb.
And yes, the build-up was him doing his usual thing, where apparently the Egyptians were Christian, preemptively designing their pyramids to be like the story of Christ and the heaven and hell concepts, even though they were totally pagan, because that totally makes sense that they would do that. Fucking nutters, man. It's conspiracy theory shit, if you ask me.
Yeah, pay attention to that guy. He's good, okay?
I'm getting home and I'm so full of my fucking self.
Here we go. Today, February 23rd, we're going to be in a Bible character, a guy named Artaxerxes. He was a Persian king. Talk about that in just a minute. We're on a bunch of different channels, everything but...
We're going to talk about that in a minute. First off, I have to jerk myself off for 5 minutes because I'm Kent Hovind. And of course, there he goes with everything but YouTube. No, Kent, and I must stress this once again, you are very much actively first party on YouTube. Stop lying, all right? Lying is a sin. Why are you doing it? Oh, right, because your methodology, your worldview, your theology, allows you to get away with doing whatever you want. It's funny how that works. Never trust a Christian.
YouTube. How many people post my stuff on YouTube, too?
A lot of them, especially Joseph, when he has Restream linked up to it.
Well, please keep it up, okay? Atheists work so hard to get me taken off, so you guys do it for me, all right? On Facebook, on Rumble, on X, on our...
Tyler, how you doing, buddy? And thank you for the donation on the GoFundMe. It means a ton to me.
Our own app, KentHovind.tv. By the way, we got to pay $6,000 a year for the app, and got to pay...
I got to make sure that everyone knows that we spend too much money for a platform nobody uses.
What, next week?
Yeah, it's coming up soon.
Yeah, so if you want to help with that, it costs us $6,000 a year to have it.
Please don't help them with that. I would love to see all that stuff collapse. Also, it's honestly a terrible service. Lightcast isn't bad in and of itself, but they did not set it up well.
So we can give it away for free. So be a good time. Anyway, see, Instagram, bunch of folks there, and TikTok, and just sign up for all of them. They'll take us off if something eventually. We don't care.
And, another little element of the persecution complex. They'll take us off. It's like, maybe it's not violating terms of service, Kent.
Okay, let's see. We're straight north of Pensacola, about 70 miles. We think God ought to get the glory for his creation. February the 23rd, Artaxerxes. Our April 21st, less than 2 months now, is our 10-year anniversary of getting this property donated to us. We like to finish the arc by then. We need plumbers, electrical.
I can do 9.5 years in prison and just, get fucking given a place, be a piece of shit, and people will still give me 140 acres of garbage. But a hardworking Yamato can't get shit but used and abused his whole goddamn life. We'll do everything right, pay off shit, and still get fucked over. Yeah, I'm gonna take this shit personal. I guess it's gonna be one of those streams and one of those days. So fuck it. You want to, like I said, you want to keep me able to actually have a place to live. Hit the link in the chat. Because unlike Kenthoven, I don't get given shit by people. I have to work hard for what I do and still get fucked over.
Heating, we're getting close, but we can also like to get at least one wood-burning stove. I went today and looked at a pellet, burns little pellets. You just rub them in and feeds itself. Got fans behind it, all that stuff. They only had was an outside one, which doesn't have the fans and the smoke ends up in the building. That wouldn't work in here, would it? No, we need kind. Okay, so if you know one, got one to sell, we'd like to get a couple of them. One for here, one for half of the arc. We're going to put. We could use several. It gets cold here once in a while. Okay, our 1/3 scale model.
Suddenly complaining about the cold. You hadn't done that before, Kent. That's a new one.
Arc, 1/3 scale model Noah's Ark, 172 feet long. Is just about done. Please come help us finish. Let's see. We are the old-fashioned Independent Baptist Church. We've talked about that many times. Evolution theory.
You've talked about everything many times, Kent.
Dumb. Okay, there's no scientific evidence for evolution at all. Come join us for holidays or just for your family. Now, where do you folks come from today? Canadian, north of Minnesota.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Ban evasion, 100%, no questions asked. And it's funny because the point for the original ban, Kent, becomes kind of moot. And the whole problem currently is that it is ban evasion. And while I feel the original bans were justified, if a little annoying for the fact of having to go to Rumble for all your stupid content, it's still the principle that you ban evade, that you don't care about the you'd care about that whole bakery situation where, oh, we're not going to bake the gay cake. You'd support them, but you're not going to support a platform like YouTube or something from choosing who they will and won't allow to use their services. You just don't care about that. But ancillarily, Kent, the fact that, and we've documented this, it's not like it's hidden and gone because the channel got deleted, but that you and out of your way to be like, Genesis Baptist Church owns the Genesis Baptist Church channel, the one you previously had that you were ban evading with. It's not Kenthoven's channel, even though you are the church. It's like, come on, dude. And you constantly said my YouTube channel. Talk to us. It was always languages of ownership on a personal level. So come on, Kent.
That's North Dakota. People really live up there?
Yes, and they enjoy far better liberties than those of us in the United States. Make it make sense.
I drove all the way across North Dakota. I didn't see nobody. And how did the boys like the tour?
I was talking about Canada. He said something about North Dakota, but he said they're from Canada. So, I mean, why is he obsessing over North Dakota? Oh, right, because he doesn't understand Canada or like its states. Kent would probably be offended trying to say Regina, Canada, which is very funny in the phone freak community because there used to be one of the major pieces of switching equipment up in Regina, Canada. Geographically, kind of made sense, but population-wise, made no fucking sense. It was weird, man. Granted, this was before my time. I know this story from anecdotes of phone freaks. Phone freaks who at the time were 13 years old and whose mother didn't understand that they were saying Regina and not vagina. So that makes for funny stories. I think I exist at the wrong time, but let's continue. Or the best worst time.
You like it? Okay. Good. Okay, if you're confused about life, you got big decisions to make. What do I do? Come visit Dinosaur Adventureland for a couple of days. Just get alone, talk to the Lord. Okay, covered all that before. Let's see. That was.
Hey, Kent, give me about 1K and I'll visit DAL. You do that for me? You want to do that? That'd help a lot. Don't come visit DAL. I'll listen to everything you have to say.
What did you find out what happened with the audio of Kevin singing?
Yeah, I think he had his mic.
He must have flipped the mic switch off accidentally. Get him singing again.
Oh, yeah. Blame Kevin. Blame him. No. You could hear him faintly. Of course, that could have been the ambient mic. No, don't blame Kevin. The audio levels were completely wrong. Don't blame him.
Sometime. Got any burdens? Come on down. When I consider the heavens, the work of thy fingers, the moon, the stars which thou hast ordained, what is man that thou art mindful of him? Spend time.
Man, okay, I'm gonna be real. I spent the past couple of days marathoning Evangelion. Yeah, the original 95. I'm at the last two episodes where even as much as I get into it and love psychological insanity, the breakdown just becomes too much, and I'm just like, make it make sense, even though I now know the details of the story and what's going on. So seeing this big ass red cross fire up just makes me think of something way cooler than Dinosaur Adventureland. I mean, the religious symbology put into Evangelion is incredibly well done for what is ostensibly just a science fiction story about mental insanity. It does so well.
Considering the heavens instead of considering the Facebook page and all that stuff.
And by the way, follow us on Facebook, Rumble, and all this other shit. Yeah, of course. Oh, and here we go. Fresh out of prison, my wife of 42 years divorced me.
Let's see, right here. Bobby's still desperate to get another secretary. Joy, how much longer for the baby? Oh, 4 more months. Yeah, no big hurry then. Okay. Uh, anyway, we want to get another secretary trained in here. So call Bobby 855 Big Dino extension 2.
Yep, just another Kent Tech screw up. And it's not like I'm going to blame, actually, the man on screen right there, Joseph. It's not like I'm going to blame him or anything. I truly am not. I know their system is muxed in a weird way. It can't not be with the kinds of errors they have. Things seem to randomly change their settings inside of their software setup. Um, and all someone has to do is think something's good and it's not. Get a false, signal that something's good, like, oh yeah, the mic's working. Then as soon as you go into production, it suddenly doesn't work. I've run into that from things as simple as having the mic, not muted properly because the button didn't trip, to bigger complications like streaming on Firefox instead of Google, so it doesn't pull the audio from the video we're watching. So I don't blame Joseph. I blame the situation and the complex nature of what they're working with and possibly the rush job. Because the more I think on it, the more I feel Joseph is competent, but very, very rushed at times and put in situations where it's just make it work. Um, so I kind of feel for him. This perspective that I'm starting to grow on he and Bobby, because again she complains she's worked too much, supposedly according to Kent, and it's like, no, dude, if she feels she's overworked. Come on, dude.
Come on down. See, Brother Meister, all kinds of good sermons he does up on our channel. How many sermons does he have up there now?
Right. According to evolution, things get better over time. The software keeps evolving. That's it. Shit, with software updates, it might as well be. They're using Windows 11 over there. God only knows how many fucking times things have been rewritten. By the way, we rewrote the sound driver in Rust. There was no reason for it, but we did it anyway. Wait, sorry, that's the Linux community.
Over 200 on the app? Yeah, a bunch. Yeah, Brother Meister sermons.
Didn't expect him to look Amish. Joseph seems like like genuinely an all right guy. If you judge a book by its cover, the visual you get is like he seems all right. He had debated Kentucky Atheist. I'd watched that back when I still associated with him, and referring to Joe Ka. That was interesting. And it was interesting too how he started with Hovindisms and then went off into his own trains of thought that were still wrong, but were organically his. I like that.
A lot of them up there. Guy's a genius on the Bible. Okay, let's see. I'm going to get up to slide number 1621. Is that the right one? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely hit me up with any videos that might be fun to do stuff too. I may do another stream later if I feel better, because getting active at least with this is getting me feeling a little better. Although my tinnitus in my left ear is still fired up, and I feel a slight constant rotation counterclockwise. So the world moving to the left ever so slightly from my perspective. It's very slight, but it's annoying.
Tonight, we're going to study the great Persian king Artaxerxes. He reigned in Persia from 465 BC, before Christ. Okay, he was king for about, looks like about a long time. Okay, here we are.
Claude says Joseph called Claude, quote, a POS the other day. Piece of shit. Probably the only time he's been right. Holy shit. Oh, man. Claude, damn, I thought I was bad with the self deprecating humor. Maybe Joseph isn't so nice. I don't know. It's Xerxes. How come no one names their kid that? Yeah, it is kind of a cool name. Or just Xerxes in general. Oh, no judgment. Sorry if it was implied. Live in Amish country in northern Indiana. Love their food. No, totally. I didn't take it as that. And I'm not the one who would be taking offense anyway. It would be Joseph. No, it was just interesting observation, like thing. Like, oh yeah, I can see that.
The creation of the world was about 6,000 years ago. Then the flood was about 4,400 years ago. Israel went into captivity because they disobeyed God. God sent prophets and
Kent, was that before or after Master Chief? All this time I forgot to work a Halo reference into Flood. Yeah. I used to hate Halo. Then I played them, and then I was like, wait a minute, I like this. But it was one of those cases where everyone was talking about it all the time, and you know, when something is super popular, it ends up annoying me because no one will shut up about it. It feels forced, artificial. So yeah, I'm just rambling this stream. This is going to be a sucky stream unless you like my ramblings.
warned them, and they didn't listen. And he said, "That's it. You're going into captivity for 70 years," and they did. Artaxerxes,
Well, that's a pretty dick move.
known as Artaxerxes Longimanus, whatever. By the way,
Longimanus or Longimanus? Huh, anus. Longimanus!
when you get to go read through your Bible, don't get stuck on the big words. Call him George and keep reading. Get the big.
No, names totally don't matter, even though names oftentimes have specific meanings attached and were chosen for reasons beyond arbitrariness, because a lot of these characters are fictional, but some of them are legitimately real characters. I don't know about like real characters and they're based on real people. Because technically they're still characters, but if they're based on real people, then there you go. I neither know nor care about this guy.
Picture. Get the point, okay? Let's see. Fifth king of the Persian Empire. His reign was marked by both internal challenges and significant contributions to the Jewish people. He was a great king for the Jews. Artaxerxes.
Yeah, Claude. Joseph is very loyal to Kent, but I hope he can see the truth soon. That's a feeling I get, and like I said, when I had my conversation with him on Kent's birthday, letting him know, hey, I want to call in and want to have some a normal positive conversation. So don't presume anything. I'm not here to be trouble or be a little just a little like or anything because they've really been since the YouTube thing muting people like me, Claude, everybody. Um, he there was a touch of like a tepidism, a nervousness in the phone call that I picked up on, and I kind of wonder what that was actually about. So yeah, it makes me wonder how reachable he potentially is.
Is best known for his tolerant and supportive policies toward the Jews. All the empire building
Well, good on Artaxerxes.
throughout history is mostly to try to overcome the original curse God put on man in the Garden of Eden.
And yeah, another very good point. Kent has a doctorate in Christian education. Shouldn't he be smarter than the average dummy in regards to his religious holy book? But no, he doesn't care. He doesn't care to be accurate. He doesn't care to be specific on things. He completely does not attempt to ponder deeper theological questions. His care of the Bible is extremely shallow.
In Genesis 3:17, God said, Adam, I'm going to curse the ground for thy sake. You got to work for a living now. Ever since then, people have tried to get out of that, get somebody else to do their work for them. Have you seen all those commercials going around about the woke people saying, I shouldn't have to work. Trump took away my stamps. Who's paying for those?
Not you, Kent. So your opinion doesn't fucking matter. You know what I'm against? Paying subsidies to Israel. I'm against us having our bloated ass military. And while I love many, 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 many things that the military has, and I'm not against us having a strong defensive force, at the same rate, it's still heavily bloated because that's just how the war machine works. But us funding countries that are committing genocides while starving countries that have harmed no one, yeah, that's kind of a problem. My opinion of Cuba is infinitely higher than that of Israel. But let us be clear that I love both the people of Cuba and the people of Israel. I do not care about the government. of Israel and the nation identity of Israel as it exists currently, but I do care for the national identity of Cuba. Again, last I checked, they haven't harmed anybody, at least in any meaningful way that wouldn't be normal shit that countries do. Cuba hadn't done a genocide, all right? Just saying. Really pissed off about Donny Boy in Cuba right now, as you may be able to tell. You are the ultimate welfare king, Kent, by the fact that you do nothing to contribute to society. Your church isn't shit. Your dinosaur adventureland is garbage. Your religion is bullshit. A waste of focus for humans who could be doing infinitely better things with their lives. But you get handout after handout from other hardworking people, while you don't actually do shit that contributes to anything but yourself. So quit your bitching about this stuff.
So I have no idea that's what socialism does. It makes you stupid.
No, it doesn't, Kent. And again, much like use of profanity, studies have shown that intelligent people tend to align more towards socialist, up to and including communist ideals, than typical capitalist, typical work hard bullshit, typical right wing propaganda like your ilk.
Okay. Since that day, men have tried to make others work to supply their food, slavery, etc. With empires, it's conquer then tax them. With the U.S., it's socialism. That's that welfare mentality. They think you're owed something.
Kent, welfare doesn't exist. That is a generic catch-all term for various social programs, and it seems to only be welfare when it's something that the person you're speaking to doesn't like. All the checks farmers got because they can't grow shit because they're fucking failing, because half of them are dumb as shit. No offense to the farm industry, but fuck, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, huh? All those fucking subsidies. That's socialism. That's welfare. Us giving all that money to Israel? That's a welfare too. Your old age benefits, because we know you collect that shit. Welfare. You just don't want to call it that because it benefits your ideals, your goals, or yourself directly.
Okay, what can we learn from this guy? He was born into a royal family in a pagan empire. These types
And this isn't what we can learn from this guy. You're just stating facts about this guy, you fucking moron.
normally don't understand what work is. They have an attitude that everyone.
Yeah, Trump wants to increase the military budget from 1 trillion to 1.5 trillion. That's a real good use of our money. Yeah. Drink some soda. It's like when flat earthers complain about NASA's budget, and it's like, dude, it's like a modest couple of billions or something. It's ridiculously small compared to the fucking military.
One is alive only to serve them. He helped the Jews after their time of punishment.
No, Kent doesn't know what socialism is. He sure takes advantage of it, though. Need I mention police and fire departments in virtually every area? Socialist. The roads, socialist.
From God with 70 years of captivity. He ruled one of the largest kingdoms in history.
Yeah, Viking Dad
He
actually.
allowed Ezra,
Damn it. Viking Dad actually did see that. I saw the notification pop up, and I looked. That should be interesting. I'll have to check it out.
the priest, to return to Jerusalem in the 7th year of his reign with royal authorization, gave him gold, silver, and permission to rebuild the temple. Book of Ezra, right there, is in your Bible. Then later he gave Nehemiah.
Only Ezra I know is in Star Wars. Hangs out with Ahsoka. Got trapped on some kind of planet. I didn't watch Rebels, but I rather enjoyed the Ahsoka series, even though it was mostly a fan continuation for Rebels. I don't like the Star Wars animated stuff. It's designed for, if I may go on a Star Wars rant. Yes, I know Star Wars was kind of always quote unquote for kids in a sense by the way George Lucas envisioned it. And especially when you hit stuff like Return of the Jedi with heavy marketing things and his focus on I keep the toy rights. But still, the Star Wars animated shows were targeted as and structured more like a traditional cartoony structure. Um, that I could not jive with at that stage in my life and have not decided to go back to. So Clone Wars, Rebels, Bad Batch, all that jazz, I can't do it. And I really honestly don't like the character designs. I know they're based off the original Gendy Tartovsky variations from the animated Clone Wars series that kind of create the standard, but it didn't work for that for me. None of it did. So, but when you hit the TV shows, like Ahsoka and like the live action stuff, that I can kind of jive with better. And so I was able to watch and enjoy Ahsoka, and I knew enough of about Rebels in basic to be able to follow through and care about what stuff. So yeah.
in order to go back and rebuild the wall around the city. There's the book of Nehemiah. You can read those books in your Bible, Ezra and Nehemiah. Later in the 20th year, he permitted Nehemiah, his cupbearer, to go to Jerusalem to rebuild the city walls.
His cupbearer. So he just carries a cup, that's it, all the time? I need a drink. Where's my cupbearer? Right here, sir. Thank you. And that's it. That's his entire role. Story's stupid.
These actions fulfilled part of Daniel's 70-week prophecy. You can see that on my chart, the 70 weeks of Daniel in my small version of the same chart for $10. The book I wrote, whoa.
I like it. Like I've got to shell my products. Must shill products. Can't, not shill products. Can't just talk about the Bible. Seriously, how many preachers out there are shilling stuff? That's a sign of a grifter right there. Yeah, I've seen some stupid pastoral bullshit. Pastoral? Theologenic garbage be uttered by humans who think they are better than everybody, but they aren't hawking products like these clowns are.
What on earth's about to happen in the video series about what does the Bible teach is coming. Folks, it's coming real soon. Get busy winning souls. Okay, Artaxerxes is remembered as
Joe, I stayed home. I had massive fucking vertigo upon waking up. Had problems yesterday as well. Right now it's at its probably most stable it's going to be, so I'm trying to see if, I can handle a stream. Yeah, hated missing a day. I need the money, but
as a peaceful and magnanimous ruler, praised by historians for his equity and moderation. He died 425 BC. Take the E off of there, I forgot. And was succeeded by his
I forgot to take the BCE off of there. Oh no.
son, Xerxes II, whose brief 6-week reign was followed by further succession struggles.
Is that the one that was in 300? Inquiring minds want to know.
Boy had a rough time at the throne there. Babylonian captivity lasted 70 years as prophesied by Jeremiah. Jeremiah is called the weeping prophet. He would go and he'd preach. He'd say, guys, stop the sinning. God's going to judge our whole nation.
Evening, everyone from Euro Dinosaur Adventureland. Who are you to refuse? My kids need wine. My last paycheck bounce. Euro Itchy and Scratchy Land. I love it.
He could see it coming like a freight train, and he wept and cried. They didn't listen. They went off into captivity. This period began with the first deportation of Judah's elite in 605 BC during the reign of Nebuchadnezzar and ended with the decree of Cyrus the Great, allowing the Jews to return to Jerusalem and rebuild the temple. By the way, it's going to happen again. The temple's gone again since 70 AD. You watch. Going to be another decree for them to build the temple. Okay, let's see. Right there. Artaxerxes is mentioned in the Bible 15 times, 11 times in the book of Ezra. 12 times, and 3 times in the book of Nehemiah. So he's got a pretty important character in the Bible, especially.
No, he seems to be a pretty important character in those particular sections where the story is important. I don't think Kent understands how literature is, how you define the importance of something in literature.
For what he did for the Jews, being a Persian king. Proclamation of Cyrus from the book of Ezra. Now, in the first year of Cyrus, king of Persia, that the word of the Lord might be, by the mouth of Jeremiah, might be fulfilled, the Lord stirred up the spirit of Cyrus, king of Persia, that he made a proclamation throughout all his kingdom and put it in writing. Thus saith Cyrus, king of Persia. This is his executive order. The Lord God of heaven hath given me all the kingdoms of the earth, and he hath charged me to build him a house at Jerusalem, which is in Judah. This is strange. A heathen king getting a urge from God to let them go build their house, build the temple.
You know, it's so weird that you have all these pagan king characters and stuff, and yet they either themselves experience Jeebus Crispy and or Big Daddy. They end up building like the Egyptian pyramid conspiracy shit that was your lead up to this. They build their pagan, temples and shit in just such a way that it happens to mirror the Jesus story. I don't get it. Did the writers not understand that odds are if the deity just was like all up in these guys' faces, they'd kind of immediately stop being pagan? It's like, well, you're real. I ain't seen shit from my gods, so fuck them.
Who is there among you of all his people, his God be with him, and let him go up to Jerusalem, which is in Judea, and build the house of the Lord God of Israel. He is the God which is in Jerusalem. It's amazing. God's working through this guy to say, if you want to go back and build the temple, you can leave, letting his slaves go. Now, these are the children of the province that went up out of captivity, those had been carried away from Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, carried away. And it lists a bunch of names here. Skip them, okay? Now, in
Oh, this section right here in Genesis where it gives all these begets, skip them, okay?
the second year of the coming out of the house unto the house of God at Jerusalem, in the second month, began Zerubbabel, the son of his dad. There were the remnant, the priests, and all these guys, and they were come out of captivity and appointed Levites from 20 years old and upward to 7.
Oh, interesting. Is Artaxerxes' dad who was a star of 300? Okay, okay, that first Xerxes. And then by pagan, they were actually Zoroastrians. Yeah, it's real pagan. The immediate predecessor to the really to the Christianity, if not heavy elements of Judaism as well.
Forward the work. Get busy, build the temple. Then stood Jeshua with his sons and his brethren and his sons, let's see, some other guys, to set forward the workmen of the house with their sons and the brethren, the Levites. And when the builders laid the foundation of the temple of the Lord, they set the priests with their apparel with trumpets, and Levites, the sons of Asaph, with cymbals. You see, all through the book of Psalms, it'll say a psalm of Asaph. He was apparently the choir director or something. He wrote a lot of the Psalms to praise the Lord after the ordinance of David, king of Israel. Now, when the adversaries of Judah and Benjamin heard it, some people, they didn't like them building their temple.
He just say heard that.
Of Judah and Benjamin heard it.
And Benjamin heard that. Really, Kent? Kent, are you inbred? Or does being a Yankee ass redneck just come naturally to pieces of shit like you?
Some people, they didn't like them building their temple. But the children of captivity builded the temple unto the Lord God of Israel. Then they came to Zerubbabel and to the chief of the fathers and said, let us build with you. Yeah. Be careful who you let in, right, brother? We've had a few come in here that want to, yeah, we want to help. Yeah, right. Yeah, against steel tools and stuff like that. Let us build with you. Seek your God.
Leave it to Hovind to make things personal.
As ye do. And we do sacrifice unto him since the days of, whatever that guy's name is, which brought us up hither. But Zerubbabel and Jeshua, the rest of the chief of the fathers, said, you have nothing to do with us to build a house to our God.
Kent does look pretty inbred. Damn. Oh, at least I'm not the only one
But we ourselves
who thinks that. Should have that qualifier.
together will build unto the Lord, the God of Israel, as King Cyrus, king of Persia, commanded us. Then the people of the land weakened the hands of the people of Judah and troubled them. Oh, you won't let us join, so we're going to cause trouble. Sounds like Stoney, doesn't it? Stoney was here to help for a while, then he left.
Kent, if you're going to sue somebody, the first thing you do is don't talk about the person. That's going to look really bad if this shit even makes it to court. That is not something you do. You stay silent and let the judicial system work its way through and eventually get to the actual court hearings and the like. You saying this kind of shit just immediately to any court anywhere, let alone to any defense attorney worth a damn, defense attorney. uh, um, is gonna be an immediate like, yo, this is just out of spite. There's no legal reason for this. They're just pissed. Like this is just bitterness.
He's probably spreading rumors all over. We just filed a lawsuit. He got it about a couple weeks ago. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So if you think there's pedophiles or something here, he started all kinds of crazy rumors. We got them
Good point. He probably is inbred because we know that Adam and Noah are his heroes.
all spelled out in the document. Did you read any of it? Yeah, finished it last night. Now, 100.
I mean, seriously, Kent. Seriously. You just fucked your own case up. Claude, if you're still around, you definitely want to make a little clip out of that. If you haven't already, with the way you operate, because he just sunk his own. Whatever, if he had any kind of case already, which he didn't, he just sunk it completely.
90 pages. It covers everything. Anyway, that's the problem with the rumors going around town. Oh, no, never mind. Okay. So they wanted to weaken the hands of the people.
Yes, the irony of our tax Xerxes.
And trouble them in building. When anyone tries to build something for God, the enemies of God will try to hinder it with either ridicule.
Oh, yes, good point. No worries with legal trouble. Kent just needs some jury nullification. It's like magic. Okay, look at his chin. That immediately makes you think to the Habsburg chin. Oh my god. Hovind is defamed Mark by calling him loony. Also valid. Yeah, especially the regular thing of like, he was just going to be discharged from the military for being crazy. And then Mark actually showed the papers that show that is totally not the case. And even if there was a medical reason for a discharge, that actually wouldn't necessarily be a dishonorable discharge anyway, and it wouldn't fucking matter. That wouldn't mean a person's quote unquote crazy or loony, Kent. It's not how that works. Those terms actually have no, medical meaning and are considered extreme pejoratives, if not outright slurs in some cases. So, yeah.
Watch the atheists. They can't counteract my science I give them, so they
You give no science, so there is nothing to counteract.
just go off to an ad hominem attack.
Oh, like how you look inbred? Oh, no, we're just saying that just because. I mean, I'm not the one going around going, heard that. I'm talking about the Bible, man. I've heard crappier stories delivered with far more eloquence from people who are even worse than you.
Or something. It's crazy. Slander.
From the guy who just goes off on ad homs all the goddamn time and tries to make that actually legitimately does ad hom by making it part of his argument. Rather than, again, Kent not being able to comprehend that if we want to talk crap about you, we're just going to talk crap about you. Respective, completely regardless of what your arguments are on the concept of evolution and your belief in the world being however old it is and that these events actually happened literally.
Threats or political force. Get them arrested. Yeah. And hired counselors against them to frustrate their purpose all the days of Cyrus, king of Persia. Have you ever had a feeling like somebody trying to frustrate your purpose? You're trying to do something and somebody else.
Yeah, trust our favorite Nimrod. They've been through everything. Because they would experience there's no tunnel or light ahead, or anybody calling you. Death's just darkness. That's not to be, glib about things. That's just the practicality of what it is. So appreciate life. Hovind is demanding the lawsuit be tried by a jury. Don't rake his chances if even getting that far. Yeah.
Out there trying to frustrate it. Even into the reign of Darius, king of Persia. In the reign of Ahasuerus, in the beginning of his reign, wrote they unto him.
Also, while statutes and such imply trial by jury can explicitly be requested in such a simple way, that's always kind of a soft-sit thing to do, and they think they can just always have that for issues that really don't need a jury trial, and it's a tactic to try to slow the process down for some stupid reason. So more soft-sit bullshit from Hovind.
Accusation against the inhabitants. So these guys are going to write letters to the king accusing the Jews of doing bad things. But this is just like Stony. Yeah. his own website, Mark.
Oh my God, Kent, you are seriously destroying your case. I don't know why I'm surprised or why I care. I want you to destroy it, but I guess, I'll give you this because you're already fighting with such a massive handicap.
Tony, unbelievable stuff he put up there. Let's see. In the days of a hazard.
Double checking if anyone in the chat right now happens to know Mark Stoney or anyone watching the video after the fact still has connections to him, because I know he went off to go enjoy his own life. Remind him again that my random atheist ass says hey. I support him. Hope he's doing well, and don't let Hovind scare him.
He wrote to Bishlam and all these guys, unto Artaxerxes, king of Persia. And the writing of the letter was written in Syrian. That's the language he spoke. Rehum, the chancellor, and a couple other guys wrote a letter against Jerusalem to Artaxerxes the king, in this sort. Then wrote.
Claude adds in, Mark could ask the court to take a bond from Hovind so that when Hovind loses, there's money to pay Mark's expenses. Yeah, they really would need to.
Rehum, the counselor, and all these guys, let's see, skip up. The rest of the nations, whom the great and noble, whatever his name is, brought over and set in the cities of Samaria, and the rest that are on this side of the
noble Asnapar?
river at such a time. This is the copy of the letter that they sent to him, even to Artaxerxes the king. And thy servants, the men on this side of the river at such a time, be it known unto the king, that the Jews which came up from thee to us are come unto Jerusalem, building the rebellious and bad city, and have set up the walls thereof and joined the foundations. Be it known to the king, that if this city be builded, and the walls set up again, they will not pay toll, tribute, and custom.
Nimrod adds into the previous comment, that is just the truth. Passed out and lost almost 40 hours until I opened my eyes to a nurse saying, welcome back, you might be missing a day. That made me laugh and then pain. Chris Recatalk adds in, had a phase a few years ago where I watched some law channels where they made fun of soft-sits making fools of themselves in streamed court appearances. Oh yeah, that's some stuff I want to get into down the line. Let me guess, Kent's the king and Mark Stoney is the villain? Gotta be.
You're going to lose money, king, because they're not going to pay taxes. That was the whole argument.
Oh, like Hovind, not paying taxes.
You better shut them down.
Oh, the finger thing means the taxes.
Now, because we have maintenance from the king's palace, that means they're on welfare, okay? It was not
eat my ass, Kent.
Meet for us to see the king's dishonor. Therefore, we have sent and certified the king, that search may be made in the.
Once again, from the man who's on everyone else's welfare. Please give us money for our $6,000 streaming service. Please help us finish our Noah's Ark. Please give us money for a $150,000 blacktop thing. Meanwhile, I need just a few more hundred to be able to possibly scrape together everything to get a place to live that I would need sooner than later. Because unlike Hovind, I'm not a grifting piece of shit and I work hard and get fucked over by the world. And gotta ask for help from time to time. And I hate having to do it. Yeah, I'm gonna take shit personally. Fuck it. If Hovind can make things personal, I'll make things personal. Mr. I get given shit all the goddamn time and want to bitch about people who deserve basic necessities, not being able to get those.
Book of the records of thy fathers, and so shalt thou find in the book of the records that this city is a rebellious city and hurtful to kings. And they have moved sedition within the same of old time, for which cause the city was destroyed. That's why
sedition, like January 6th.
Got wiped out, Jerusalem. We certify the king that if this city is builded and the walls set up, by this means thou shalt have.
If this city is builded? Someone teach this King James fucker English?
No portion on this side of the river. Hovind translation. They're going to quit paying taxes to you.
Hey, Yamato translation. Quit adding to the word. That's what you're doing when you do that every time, Kent. You know that, right? I'm dead serious. You're adding to the word.
Tribute or whatever. Then sent the king an answer to Rehum, the counselor, and all these other guys. The letter which you sent to us hath been plainly read before.
Nimrod adds in, I guess the point is there's no afterlife or pearly gates or fire and brimstone. It has cemented my atheism more than ever. Priests promise so much about the afterlife. Yep, and none of it is true. Just lying to people. That's the worst thing, is that it's a perpetual lie to people.
And I commanded, and search hath been made, and it is found that the city of old time has made insurrection against kings, and that rebellion and sedition have been made therein. There have been mighty kings over Jerusalem, talking about King David, King Solomon, okay, and have ruled over all countries beyond the river, and toll, tribute, and custom was paid to them. So they conquered other countries.
I got it. We do a crazy ass biblical spin-off. Better Call Solomon.
Got the tax money. It's always about the money, always. What do we know about this guy? He got a letter complaining about the Jews building their temple.
Sure is always about the money, Kent.
He studied the history of Jerusalem and agreed they were rebels, and he ordered them to stop building. King said, "Give ye now commandment to cause these men..."
Yeah, builded. I'm glad I'm not the only one who heard it. What a bumbling buffoon. Yep. And indeed, the Gospel of Holland.
"To cease, that this city be not builded until another commandment shall be given from me. Make them stop till I say..."
See, there it is again. Grant to cause these men to cease, and that the city be not builded. Seriously, someone teach this King James fucker English, because this son of a bitch doesn't know English. Fuck you, King James. Like, seriously. Fuck that asshole. Actually, given his sexual proclivities, he probably let a lot of people do that, which is totally his prerogative. I'm not judging him. I'm just saying and pointing out once again the irony that for a man who is extremely homophobic, like Hovind, like Matt Powell, like all of these grifting pastor pieces of shit, obsessing over King James is kind of funny, given the man was probably, if I may use some older parlance, and I don't mean this offensively, just for the comedic value, queer as a $3 bill.
They can go again. "Take heed now that ye fail not to do this. Why should damage grow to the hurt of the kings?" Hovind translation. Why should we lose money?
Oh, good. So we should stay for the after show. Hovind comes again and again at the end of his rant, mentioning come multiple times. If you're not a Christian, come.
Mm-hmm. Now, when the copy of Artaxerxes' letter was read before Rehum and all these guys, they made them cease by force and power. Stop building the temple they're building. Then cease the work.
Was the temple later hidden? Are there legends about it? Because if so, that would make this the perfect setting for Legends of the Hidden Temple. I don't know. That show was fucking awesome. That's all I gotta say. That was probably one of my favorite shows growing up.
Work of the house of God, which is at Jerusalem. So it ceased until the second year of the reign of Darius, king of Persia. They had to quit working for 15 years. Then the prophets Haggai, read him about the Bible, one of the books of the Bible, and Zechariah. This is all taking place at the same time. These prophets were prophesying what God wanted them to do. That's why these books are in the Bible, okay? The son of Edo prophesied unto the Jews that were at Judah and Jerusalem in the name of God of Israel. He told them, look, start building again. Then arose up Zerubbabel, and they began to build the house of God, which is at Jerusalem. And with them were prophets of God helping them. At the same time came them to Tatnai, governor of the side of the river, and somebody with a hard name. Dad must have done that to him just...
And somebody with a hard name. Which fucking name was it?
Of the side of the river, and somebody with a hard name.
Shither Boznai? Something like that. Sorry, my vision kind of sucks, and this is in like potato quality, so you know. Just that would be a point where I would just be like, this man does not care.
Dad must have done that to him just to punish him before he could even read. You know?
I mean, Kent, in the same way I don't take your biblical readings very seriously, any value to your interpretations because you skip these kinds of names, I'm not going to give a damn about anyone discussing the Gemini program or Titan II missiles if they can't properly pronounce dimethylhydrazine and dinitrogen tetroxide. Or unsymmetrical dimethylhydrazine. It's technically it's like a 50-50 cut. Titans use a weird fuel blend. Suffice it to say, I expect an earnest attempt at the terminology, and you are not giving that. You are just saying whatever to it.
What's your name going to be? Shethra. you imagine being in kindergarten trying to learn to write that?
Fucking idiot.
What's your name? I don't know.
I don't know. Why don't you go ask Trump what his name is? I don't know. He shits himself.
That's coming.
By the way, I contemplated watching 5 seconds of the State of the Union address, but I didn't want to feel like I should immediately die after hearing that moron talk for 5 seconds.
They said, who commanded you to build this house and make up this wall? Then said we to them after this manner, are the names of the men that make up this building. That's Hovind translation. Let me see your ID. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Like the Gestapo that Trump has going around. Papers, please. Actually, they don't even care about that. You be a goddamn American citizen, and if you happen to remotely be anywhere near ethnic, they'll just send you on the fast boat to El Salvador or where the hell ever.
Right. Artaxerxes initially
After
ordered
you spend your time in a concentration camp.
the Jews to stop rebuilding the temple, Jerusalem's walls and city, based on a false report from their enemies. This decree halted construction for 15 years, as the work was stopped by force. However, Artaxerxes did not personally change his mind. The rebuilding resumed under King Darius after he reviewed the original decree from Cyrus. But the eye of God was upon
Tubian, I understand and at least appreciate that. If you have the option to share the link with anyone who might be able to toss something in that'd be great. If you feel you're imposing on friends, family, or everyone else is just as broke as you are, I understand. But if you can't at least get the word out.
the elders of the Jews that they could not cause them to cease till the matter came to Darius. And then they returned.
No, Mabelson, I did not catch any word of that. Can you give me a summary on that? And I'll look into details later.
Answer by letter concerning this matter. The copy of the letter that Tatnai, governor on this side of the river, and this other guy, sent to Darius. They sent a letter saying, written thus unto Darius the king.
This supposed union is in a bad state. There ain't no damn union. This country's up the shitter.
All peace. Be it known unto the king that we went into the province of Judea to the house of the great God.
And yes, I did see him try to pronounce acetaminophen. That was pretty damn funny.
Which is builded with great stones, and timber is laid in the walls, and this work goeth fast on, and prospereth in their hands.
Yeah, he's been going through it like when I started this. I decided I'd compete with the State of the Union address. Much like I, almost or maybe I did compete with the Super Bowl. No, that was a Sunday night, so I probably didn't compete with the Super Bowl. But I wouldn't care. Yeah, I'm proud that Norway pisses him off. Totally. Every country that pisses off Trump is a good country.
Then asked we those elders and said to them, thus, who commanded you to build this house, to make up these walls? We asked their names also to certify thee, and we might write the names of the men which were chief among them.
To certify thee.
And thus they returned to us answer, saying, we are the servants of God of heaven, and build the house that was built many years ago, with a great king of Israel built it and set up. That would be King Solomon built the temple. But after that our fathers had provoked the God of heaven unto wrath, he gave them into the hand of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, who destroyed the house and carried the people to Babylon. But in the first year of Cyrus,
Wait. Did he say heaven and the wrath?
Fathers had provoked the God of heaven unto wrath, he gave them into
Okay, he's on the next section. Never mind. I couldn't follow his stupid red outlines.
the hand of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, who destroyed the house and carried the people to Babylon. But in the first year of Cyrus, king of Babylon, same king, Cyrus, made a decree to build the house. And the vessels of gold and silver, this King Cyrus told us to build it and gave us all the stuff for the temple that they'd taken away, 70 years earlier. He said, take these vessels, go carry them into the temple that's in Jerusalem, and let the house of God be builded. So they laid the foundation, and since that time it hath been building, even until now it's not finished. You can read the story for yourself, okay? So they went and they searched the records and found the original letter from Cyrus. He said, yep, you guys can go ahead and build the house. Then Darius the king made a decree, and search was made in the house of rolls where the treasures were laid up in Babylon. And there was found at one of the places in the palace.
It's a house of rolls, but do they have never-ending breadsticks as well?
A roll where it was written, in the first year of Cyrus king, the same king, the king made a decree concerning the house of God at Jerusalem. Let the house be builded and give them whatever they need. So
There's that word again. And yeah, King Solomon, the biggest thorn in the side of Christians is they cannot for the life of them prove this king ever existed. And no archaeological dig has ever produced any evidence at all either. Well, that's not what Ron Wyatt says.
Put it on the heart of a heathen king to build the house back in Jerusalem and to give the people whatever they needed. Take silver and gold out of the king's treasures. With 3 rows of great stones and a row of new, let the expenses be given out of the king's house. Therefore, Tatnai the governor, so this is the king telling Tatnai, the one who wanted to shut him down, be ye far from thence, get away from these guys. Let the work of this house of God alone. Let the governor of the Jews and elders of the Jews build this house of God in his place. Boy, it backfired on them, didn't it? They wanted him to shut him down, so they sent the letter saying, these guys are building a temple, you better shut them down, you're going to lose money. King did some research and said, Cyrus told him to build it. Go ahead, let him build it, and you guys pay for it. Moreover, I make a decree, what ye shall do to the elders of these Jews for the building, that of the king's goods, even of the tribute beyond the river, all the taxes you guys collect, you pay the expenses, that they be not hindered. And that which they need of, young bullocks and rams and lambs and burnt offerings for the God of heaven, wheat, salt, wine, oil, according to the appointment of the priests at Jerusalem, let it be given them day by day without fail, that they may offer sacrifices.
No, it's not just you. And these stories all fucking suck.
And sweet savors unto the God of heaven, and pray for the life of the king. This king realized, that's the God of heaven. These people are his people. I need his favor. I made a decree, whosoever shall alter this word, if you change this order that I'm giving, let timber be pulled down from his house, and being set up, let him be hanged thereon, and let his house be made a dunghill. His wife's going to be upset about that. Yeah. Pile of dung on the carpeting. Never mind. Okay. The God that hath caused his name to dwell there, destroy all kings and people that shall put to their hands to alter or to destroy this house of God at Jerusalem. I, Darius, made a decree, let it be done with speed. So they hurried up and built the temple. You can read the rest of the story for yourself. So Tatnai, the guy who tried to shut it down, he had to bring him their check every week. The Bible says, the heart of the king is in the hand of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. God can take even heathen kings and get them to do his will. Pharaoh, God hardened his heart and got him to let the people go. And
yeah, which he was going to do anyway. He hardened his heart so that they would have to do more horrible things to the population. The story does not say what you think it says, Kent.
they're still talking about it. King Ahab.
No, just idiots like you still talking about it.
Allowed a lying spirit to influence Ahab's prophets, leading him into a fatal battle. God can control even over evil intentions.
Then why doesn't he do a goddamn thing about anything, Kent? It's almost as if your God doesn't exist in the actual real fucking world and only exists inside of your stupid storybook.
Now, after these things, in the reign of Artaxerxes, king of Persia, Ezra, and all these other guys went to Babylon.
Ezra and all these other guys that don't matter. Just like all those names listed in the beginning of the Bible. And at the beginning of the New Testament, all those names that are supposed to connect Adam to Jebus, those don't matter either.
They traced his lineage back to Aaron. That's a big deal with the Jewish thing. Who's your daddy kind of stuff. This Ezra went up to from Babylon. He
seems to also be an important thing to Christians, which is especially odd given that Joseph isn't Jesus' real father, according to y'all.
Was a ready scribe in the law of Moses.
Of course, Jesus also wasn't a human at all, contrary to what you idiots want to say, because y'all want to stress that there's like one holy chromosome or something. God's singular seminal chromosome of perfection. And then whatever shit Mary was hanging around. It's so fucking stupid.
Which the Lord God of Israel had given. And the king granted him.
What, was Jesus' chromosome makeup ex-Yahweh?
Is all his request, according to the hand of the Lord his God upon him. And there went up some of the children of Israel, and the priests, and the Levites, and the singers, and the porters, in the 7th year of Artaxerxes. Here he is again, the king. And he came to Jerusalem in the 5th month. Ezra had prepared his heart to seek the law of God. That's the whole secret to the Christian life. Do you want to know what this book teaches? Have you
I know what it teaches. What it teaches is bullshit.
Read it? Have you really
I know enough of it. I don't waste my time reading garbage fiction. Give me the Cliff's Notes.
searched it? Do Do you memorize verses out of it?
No, why would I? Do you memorize passages from Harry Potter?
Great peace have they which love thy law, and nothing shall offend them.
And lo, the woman lusted after the genitals of her lovers that were like donkeys, and something about it big emissions. What's your point, Kent?
Some of you, your whole problem is you don't know this book. You haven't read it. You don't study it.
You don't seem to know the book either, Kent.
You don't cherish it. Read
Fuck your Bible.
it. This is the copy of the letter that he gave to him. Tell them, go ahead and give them what they need to build that temple back. You can read all that for yourself. All the silver and gold they need, give them whatever they need. Money, bullocks, blah, blah, blah. I, Artaxerxes, make a decree to all the
What?
money, bullocks, blah, blah,
Okay.
blah, blah. I, Artaxerxes, make a decree to all the treasurers beyond the river that whatsoever Ezra the priest, the scribe of the law of the God of heaven, shall require, it be done. That's a blank check.
Yes, sir.
Give them the credit card, okay? Unto 100 talents of silver and 100 measures of wheat and 100 baths of
There's what I think about that, Kent.
wine and 100 baths of oil and salt without prescribing how much. Let them have all they want. So he talks about here, rebuild the temple. And thou, Ezra, after the wisdom of thy God that is in thine hand, set magistrates and judges that should judge all the people beyond the river. And all such as know the laws of thy God, and teach them. Teach ye them that know them not. Ezra, run your country according to God's laws. Whosoever will not do the law of God, the law of the king, let judgment be executed speedily, whether death or banishment or confiscation of goods or imprisonment. Blessed be the Lord God of our fathers, which hath put such a thing in the king's heart, to beautify the house of
Let's waste a quarter of the page of paper sucking off Yahweh.
the Lord which is Jerusalem, and extended mercy. God can turn people's hearts. Just like God put in the heart of this pagan king to help God's people get back to...
That's the exact same way I feel about Memphis, Nimrod. It's great if you're a tourist and you have interest in what little we have here, but it's a shithole. It is my shithole, though. As much as I'll talk shit about this city, I will defend it to the nth degree, because I at least fucking understand it. You have to be here to understand this place. I think that's true of all major cities.
the land and
But I generally don't hear people going and talking shit about Nashville, tacitly Chicago due to crime, same way they do Memphis. It's like, that is an issue, but yeah.
build their temple and the wall around the city. God will do this again at the end of time. You watch. It's coming soon. You're going to see a treaty to rebuild the temple in Jerusalem.
Nuke the temple.
God uses atheists without their knowledge or consent when they play long sections of creation videos to their audience.
Look at me, I'm Ken Hovind and I think I'm winning. You're not, dude. We all laugh. Tyler told you this. We watch and laugh. No one's getting anything. People won't watch your crap without us mocking it. That should tell you everything you need to know. And everyone's comments in my chat seem to agree, like, good God, this sucks. It's not the win you think it is, buddy.
Have you noticed that? How many of these atheists are playing my videos on their channel?
Well, that's kind of how reaction content works.
Can mock them. Go ahead. I love it. You people are getting some truth, okay?
No, they're not.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate what you do for us. We get a lot of calls and letters. Hey, I saw your stuff. Okay, good. Anyway, questions or comments, Joseph?
Yeah, you suck.
Lewis, your thoughts on when the donkey talked to Balaam? A miracle. I was in a debate one time, and I said, in the Bible, it was a miracle when a jackass spoke. Now it happens all the time at universities. Yeah. Melchizedek, it was an E, M-E-L. Melchizedek, I think it was a pre-appearance of Christ. Google.
That's not what the Jews think, dumbass.
Go to a Matthew Henry commentary and change the spelling, Melchizedek, and you'll see many people for hundreds of years have taught this was. Jesus came down to earth as a human several times before he came in Bethlehem. You think about the angels and seeing repeating numbers. Two questions. There are lots of examples in the Bible of repetitious numbers that have great meaning. There's a book called Biblical Numerology.
The Bible has a bunch of numbers that repeat that are very important, but also it thinks pi is exactly 3.
Numerology. That has a lot of that stuff. Where else did I read that? It's been years. Yes, you're onto something. I don't remember how to advise you where to find it exactly, but okay. As far as angels, one guy told me his wife was an angel. She's always up in the air harping about something.
Gotta talk shit about women because I'm Ken Hovind and that's all I can fucking do. Yet I wonder why I'm divorced 4 times. Because I'm stupid ass Hovind.
Not sure what he meant by all
With the
that.
Habsburg jaw. Chin, I should say. Playing around with my stupid toys rather than answering questions.
Let's see. You know about the Masoretic left out? I'd question that. You go to avpublications.com. Ask them that question. RJ, have you done anything on that? Leaving out 650 years? Yeah. Anytime people say, oh, the King James Bible's got a mistake because blah, 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 stop. I don't. God promised he would preserve his word. Well, where is it? I'm convinced it's in the
I love how that's just his thing. It's like God said he preserves his word, and I just think it's this book. I have no reason to think it. I just say it is.
King James. Levi. Hey, Dr. Ken, I'm a fellow Baptist and I've preached at Methodist Church before. I was raised Methodist for about 6 or 8 years, I think. I've got a friend who believes it's not right to be preaching at other denominations. And they all need the gospel. Jesus preached all kinds of places. Preached from a boat in the Sea of Galilee. Just go wherever they let you. Keeping it real. Vitali, pretty fit. What do you think about Islam? I think it's one of the most dangerous religions on the planet, real close to.
But Ken, I thought evolutionism was the most dangerous religion. Oh no, man. I mean, there's some extremists out there, and there's some pretty fucked up shit. Just like there's pretty fucked up shit in Christianity and fucked up extremists in Christianity. But something I've noticed in the Muslims I've met is that they've actually all been pretty damn nice. Actually, quite partial to the moderate Muslim on a whole. More so than I am the average Christian, which isn't saying I'm against the average Christian. I'm not. But I see Muslim families walking around and, I've gone from post 9/11 terror trauma to, almost wishing I was able to, was in the culture enough to be able to just talk to the people about something and it mean anything. But otherwise, it'd just be weird. So, yeah. I don't know what that tells you, Kent, but Christianity ain't looking so good.
Evolution. It's dangerous. Read what they say. Get the book, Why I'm Not a Muslim. We sell it on our book.
But that's not why I'm not a Muslim. That says why I'm not a Muslim.
Our bookstore.
See, there's an O there. And an E instead of an I.
Their text says you have to kill anybody who won't convert. I don't think hope that's not. America ought to. Well, anyway, I'm not a politician. Yeah,
Kent, the Bible says a lot of pretty abhorrent shit. And something funny too is that you'll notice, Kent, there's so many Muslims who just completely reject that particular tenet. They just don't care. Hence the moderate Muslim, the average Muslim in modern Western society. That's tell you everything they need to know, because most people with religion tends to actually be pick and choose methodology tied to something particular. That's usually what they culturally grew up in, as opposed to strict adherence.
Ask me. I think it's really bad. Will Lambert, thank you, Dr. Hovind, for being a bright light in a world of dark. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. Jeffrey, Dr. Hovind, what's your opinion on what's happening in Christians in Gaza? If you're keeping up with what's going on, I understand you wish not to opine on this. I don't know about the Christians in Gaza, but I know Christians in African countries are being killed by the hundreds, maybe thousands. The persecution is unreal in some of these countries. So, was Jesus Jewish? Believe it or not, that's an interesting question.
Effectively, yes, but also no.
How would you answer that, Joseph?
It's hard to answer.
What exactly is a Jew? That's to do that.
Really? Now you don't know what a Jew is, Kent. Okay. Or who should be identified as one. Hey, I think your buddy Dolphy had come up with something like that, but nope, we're not going to go there. But I think it's kind of both a combination of an ethnic background, because it is a particular ethnicity combined with a theological construct. Um, and maybe you should ask the individuals in question what they are rather than try to assign a title to them. Okay, Kent?
At some other time. Okay. What do you know about Augustus? You talk about Augustus Caesar. A lot of people named Augustus. There were several
Kazar.
different Caesars, and the people say there's contradictions between Matthew account and Luke account over this. No, it's just all those answers are the book, The So-Called Errors in the King James Bible, right here, covers all that. The different guys named Augustus. We sell this on the bookstore. No QR code. Just type the errors. Errors is in quotes. There's no errors in it.
No errors in it. Your comment actually dated a girl from Singapore, was Muslim, and she and her family were awesome. Yeah, I was in talks with a local girl from Bangladesh, a woman, just a little younger than me. It would have been nice, but it didn't quite get to the point of going out and anything, and I haven't pushed stuff further. Although technically, I still could contact her. Yeah, I'm respecting her, just focusing on other stuff as well. Yeah.
Okay, one more. If Christians are here during the trib, will it be impossible? Well, if you read, the Bible says we're raptured out when the sun and the moon go dark. Read Matthew 24:29 and Mark 13 and Luke 21. I cover this in my series, What on Earth is About to Happen?
Yeah. It's not the religion, it's the extremists. All the Middle Eastern religions all have basically the same bullshit because they're all expansions off one another.
For heaven's sake, get the whole thing for $100. Copy it, send it back, get your money
And
back.
yeah, I think the Bible at points says to kill non-believers as well. You are right, Zumi. I believe you are right anyway.
We get the chart behind me, or the small version of it right here. The sun and the moon go dark when the sixth seal is broken. That is at Revelation 6:12. The mark of the beast comes in at Revelation 13. At least it becomes mandatory. He calls
Yeah, there we go, Kaiser.
causeth all, small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark. So I don't know. I suspect we're out of here with the rapture in Revelation 6:12. And even we're going to see the mark of the beast coming. It's probably already, the technology is here, isn't it? It's unreal what they can do.
They'll do shit like that because their prophet also is an entity to be worshipped, so Christians end up doing that. Note the same projection Kent does for people like Darwin and the like, that we worship him and worship the evolutionary, and the geologic column is our Bible and stuff, and it's just bullshit like that. Yeah, it's kind of a fascinating bit of a projection and an oddity about Christianity in the Abrahamic trilogy.
So it's coming like a freight train. Okay, that's it. Thank you so much. Today Tuesday? No, Monday. Tomorrow night we do another Bible character. I haven't got one picked out yet. And whack an eight.
It's interesting that he's only going to one episode per character now. Seems to be either tightening his stories or running out of interesting stuff to say about some of these people.
Atheist Wednesday. I love that. So many of them need whacked, and it's so fun to do. Thank you for guys.
What an arrogant little prick.
Line them up. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Spirit and the bride say, Come. Let him that heareth say, Come. Let him that is athirst come.
Note the Dr. Dino banner is still up on the screen with their outro video, which for some reason is about come.
Come. If you're not a Christian, come. Let somebody show you how to become one.
Also, do you really need this outro?
If you're one of God's children and you want to find something to do, come.
Ew. Ladies and gentlemen, Ken Hovind acknowledged in the Epstein files. I should stress he was not, but
Ask him, Lord, what do you want? What?
God wants an ultimate bukkake. Fuck it, I'm tired. And like I said, I've been sick for this stream. I don't have a fever, but I feel clammy. And the vertigo hasn't really changed. So I'm going to call it here. Not like there's anything else to really say. I mean, we finished the Hovind video. That's the end of that. Going to share the link one more time. If anyone is able to help, that's be amazing. Plenty have already, and it has gotten us a ways towards the goal. Y'all are fucking awesome as always. Much love. And my Yanni self will catch everyone next time.